Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Thoughts of Vidcast, and today we will be recapping the St. Louis Cardinals against the Atlanta Braves NLDS. Now, the Washington Nationals and the Los Angeles Dodgers video will be up tomorrow morning, but for right now, we're going to be talking about the St. Louis Cardinals against the Atlanta Braves. So, guys, the Atlanta Braves have officially been eliminated from the playoffs as for the second straight year they have gotten knocked out in the first round. They've not won a playoff series since, I believe, 2001. So it's been a really long time since they have won a playoff series. So very disappointing if you're a Braves fan. And I'm just going to say something right now, right off the bat. Everything I say in this video is an objective standpoint. I have to put all my biases aside from being a Phillies fan. If you look at it from a fan perspective, that just can't happen. You get the Atlanta Braves, you win the division 2 straight years. You get eliminated the first round 2 straight years in a row. That's just unacceptable. And I know you can maybe sit there thinking, well, you're a Phillies fan. You don't have much room to talk. Well, I said, looking at it from baseball standpoint, I think that's just really a disgrace. I mean, you win a division 2 years in a row and you get knocked out. I mean, they just choked 2 years in a row. So I mean, this is just such a wasted season for the Atlanta Braves. You lose 13-1. I mean, what an embarrassment! 10 runs in the first inning against you. I mean, you knew it was over in the first inning. There were people showing up to the game. It was already like 10-0. They just walked right out the door. Such a waste of money. So I mean, it's just an embarrassment if you're the Atlanta Braves. You just crap the bed, and it's really a shame for them. It really is. I mean, for me, I love it. I mean, I'm glad to see the Braves out of the playoffs, but from a Atlanta Braves standpoint, I mean, that's got to really it's just got to hurt. I mean, it's just like you could have won this. You could have won this series. You were up 2-1 at one point, and then you blew it. You choked. So yeah, just like the Dodgers did. We'll talk about that tomorrow morning. But yeah, I mean, like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. On a St. Louis Cardinals standpoint, they have a lot to be proud of. They're already underdogs going into this. They did not have home field advantage. Both of these teams that won in the NLDS did not have home field advantage. The Nationals didn't have home field advantage, and neither did the Cardinals, and they both won. So, yeah, I mean, it's as the Cardinals, they're definitely the underdogs coming into this one. They played really good baseball throughout. Marcell Ozuna had a really good series. Yadier Molina doing some damage as well. It didn't really start out too well. Obviously, they won that first game in Atlanta. They lost the next 2, and then they won the next 2. So, yeah, obviously, Yadier Molina, doing some damage. They got, some production from Marcell Ozuna, as I said, some hits from Paul Goldschmidt here and there. So all in all, I think it was a good series for the St. Louis Cardinals. Great series. You go into the NLCS. I remember back in 2015 when the Cubs eliminated the Cardinals. So yeah, guys, it's been a while since the Cardinals have. It's been quite some time that the Cardinals have made it to that play. Oh, it's been since 2014, I believe, against the San Francisco Giants, but it's still 5 years. So, it's for them from their standpoint, it's good to be back. Yeah. So there's some guys, as I said, Paul Goldschmidt had a pretty good series. Yachty got a few hits here and there, but it wasn't anything great. I mean, overall, he didn't do great. I definitely think that guys like Marcell Ozuna and Paul Goldschmidt and people like that were definitely the difference makers in this one. They definitely had a really good series. You guys like Dexter Fowler and other guys that just didn't really do too well. Look over to the Atlanta Braves side, not much production. Ozzie Albies hit 250. Freddie Freeman hit 200. Donaldson hit 158. Markakis hit 143. Adam Duvall actually hit 270. But as I said, I said going into this, I said that Freeman and Acuna were a little banged up, obviously since they had those minor injuries. But Acuna was pretty good in this series. He hit 444, but Freeman only hit 200. So the Braves just didn't really get much production out of their hitters that they did all season long. And that's just why the postseason is so crazy. I mean, you could literally win 106 games, and then you could just blow it in the playoffs because your all-star players that play well in the postseason or in the regular season just go in slumps in the postseason. It just happens to fall like that, and it really just is bad luck most of the time. So for the Braves, I mean, like what is it with this team? I mean, like they choke the second straight year, and I mean, if you win a division, you win 97 games. you can't lose the first round. I'm sorry, you really can't. It's really just like, as a Braves fan, I just can't imagine. I mean, you can't, that just can't happen. And Mike Foltynewicz, what an embarrassment! 6 earned runs in the third of an inning. I mean, really. Really. I mean, like, that's really embarrassing if you're a Atlanta Braves fan. It's really embarrassing. So you got that. For them, I mean, for the St. Louis side, I mean, Flaherty had a pretty good game, 6 innings, 1 earned run, 8 Ks. I mean, their pitching was actually pretty good this whole series, and that's why they deserve to go on to the NLCS. They deserved it. They still actually, obviously the Cardinals did 6 games worse than the Braves did this year. So, yeah, guys, from a Braves perspective, I really don't get it. This is their series to win. They could have won it. I'm so happy they didn't, but it's just like, how do you blow like that? I mean, really, I mean, you win a division and you just totally just don't do any. You just falter in the playoffs. It's really just embarrassing if you're Atlanta Braves fan. It really is. A 10-run first inning. I mean, a 10-run first inning. That's an explanation point on their playoff playoff experience. I mean, they're so terrible, and yeah, guys. So, I mean, in the playoffs at least. Yeah, there's always next year for the Atlanta Braves, but yeah, I just don't know if they're willing to really compete with the big teams. Not that the Cardinals are a big team. I'm just saying that, like, they would have made it further if they had to go to the World Series and face the Yankees or the Astros. I don't know how well they would have done matched up to those teams. I definitely think the American League is going to win this year, especially with the Los Angeles Dodgers eliminated. So I definitely think the American League has a very good chance of winning this World Series this year. It just seems like every year they win. Yeah, guys, I definitely think that they will take it home this year. So if you look around baseball, not just looking at this series, but the Houston Astros have advanced on to the ALCS. Will be Yankees Astros, a rematch of the 2017 ALCS. Yeah, I'm glad that Tampa Bay came back and made it a little bit of a series. They won that, put it to a Game 5. Unfortunately for them, it didn't work out. But heck, I mean, that was a good season for the Tampa Rays. It really was. I mean, I think that was as far as they're going to get. I'll talk more about that probably tomorrow after school. I'll recap that. But I'll just touch on that a little bit. It's 6-1 right now in the end of the 8th inning. Or no, it's official. Excuse me. So that was inaccurate. Actually, I take that back. Yeah, guys. So it's official to be the Rays are out of the playoffs. So yeah, I don't know why it told me it was final, and then it was said it was the top of the 8th, and it was like, was my mind playing tricks on me? Well, it just didn't refresh in time or something. It refreshed, and then it went back to the old screen and it refreshed again. So I'm not too sure what that was all about. But anyway, I apologize for that interruption. But yeah, guys, Cardinals going on to NLCS to face the Washington Nationals. I see the Cardinals winning that series. I just think that they're a better team than the Nats. I think that, I mean, it's pretty evenly matched, but the Nats, they're not going to the World Series, and even if they do, they're not going to win. So the Yankees and the Astros are just too good. The Yankees and the Astros are going to be World Series champions. I guarantee it. You will see it happen. I think we're going to see the Astros win it again. I've been saying it. I think it's going to happen. It's going to be interesting to see this. I'm so excited for this American League matchup between the Yankees and the Astros. It's going to be very, very interesting to watch. So I'll just touch on this a little bit. The Nats obviously advanced last night against the Los Angeles Dodgers. I guess they decided to not choke in the World Series, so let's just do it in the first round. That way we don't choke in the World Series, I guess. So, yep, they're done. Very, very disappointing. I hate to see our division rival advance onto the playoffs, especially without their star once at a time face of the franchise player, Bryce Harper, who is now a member of our team, the Phillies. So yeah, just the Nats fans are just, some of them, not all of them, but some of them, are just kind of just trolling Bryce Harper, and it's just kind of just hard to watch as a Phillies fan, because it's just. We could maybe fight back, but we don't have much really room to talk, so it's kind of in a tough situation. So, guys, St. Louis Cardinals beat the Atlanta Braves in the first game at Atlanta. They won 7-6. Second game at Atlanta, they lost 3-0. And then the third game in St. Louis, they lost 3-1. Fourth game in St. Louis, they won 5-4, Yadier Molina. And then the last game yesterday in Atlanta, 13-1 your final score. So that's your ball game. October 11th, 8:08, the first pitch tomorrow night, TBS. Let's go Cardinals. Let's go Cardinals. Yeah, guys, I'm rooting for the Cardinals, obviously. I do not like the Cardinals, but I have to root for them over the Washington Nationals. So I'm definitely going to be rooting for them. I just goes for the Yankees. I mean, none of these teams I like. I don't like the Astros. I don't like the Yankees. Don't like the Cardinals. I don't want to see the Yankees get 28 World Series. I'm not really a huge fan of the Astros. So I'm actually rooting for the Astros here. I don't like the Astros, but I'm rooting for them because I want my personal prediction to be right. So, yeah, guys, I think the Dodgers getting out last night definitely hurt some people's brackets, and yeah, I know it hurt a couple of my friends. I know that they were complaining about it that their brackets were all messed up. Well, the Dodgers, you could blame the Dodgers, you could blame Clayton Kershaw. I'll get into that tomorrow morning, but it's just literally a joke. I mean, it's really a joke how bad the Dodgers are in the postseason. It really is. They're so incredibly terrible. They really are. So as a Dodgers fan, it's got to be disappointing. We'll talk about that tomorrow morning. But as a St. Louis fan, you got to be really feeling good about this win. It's a feel-good win. A team that was 6 games better than you, and you totally come in and just whoop them up. Especially since they choked on you. They were up 2-1 over you, and then they choked. So it's got to feel good for you if you're a Cardinals fan. Same goes for if you're a Nats fan. So especially after all the doubt and everything else from everybody. So it's a feel-good story for a lot of people. It's a feel-good story for Mike Rizzo and the Nationals that they made it to the NLCS without their star once-faced franchise player. So I'll talk about that more tomorrow morning. But yeah, guys, so St. Louis is moving on to the NLCS, and they have a date with the Nats October 11th, which is tomorrow, 8:08, the first pitch. Let's go Cardinals. My predictions for the series, I see the Cardinals advancing. I think this is as far the Nats we're going to get. I think the Cardinals, I don't know. I just have a feeling in my gut that I think they're just going to advance. I don't know why. I don't know. I just don't know. I think they have postseason success. They know how to win in the postseason. They have good leadership. And the Nats don't know how to win in the postseason. When have you seen them win a big game? Like, obviously last night they won a big game, but when have you seen them really, when something's really on the line? When have you seen them come up big? Never really have. So, yeah, guys, the Nats are not going any further than the NLCS, and the Cardinals will take care of them. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. This was a Braves-Cardinals reaction video to that series. Crazy Nats-Dodgers reaction coming up tomorrow morning. Rays-Astros reaction coming up tomorrow afternoon. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please smash the like on this video. Please tell your friends these videos. Please check out the social media link in the description below. And I will see you later. Thank you all so much for watching.